This is the Kitchen Sink WP podcast, episode 512.
I program my home computer.
We have a server crash, 404 error, page not found, links aren't working, system is crashing, system is crashing, system is crashing.
Your old HTML website, barely alive. We have the technology. We have WordPress. A new website, better than it was before. Better, stronger, faster. Why, hello everybody, this is Adam Silver, the host of the Kitchen Sink WP podcast. Thanks for being here. Let's get started. All right, upcoming events. Well, there are none. It's pretty standard for this time of year. We are in the last 2 weeks of December 2023. So yeah, no WordCamps coming up. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So happy holidays. All right, moving on. Segment 1 in the news. 2 things here. State of the Word that Matt Mullenweg did the State of the Word out in Madrid. The recording is now available. You can watch it online. A couple of noteworthy mentions regarding WordPress would be the scalability, which was witnessed apparently according to the Taylor Swift time perspective of the year, 100,000 requests per second. So that was pretty cool. Also, noteworthy mention would be the WordPress Playground, which is pretty cool, where you can actually set up a fully functional WordPress site in your browser. Pretty neat stuff, kind of magical, really. So take a look there. Links in the show notes as well. All right, that's it. Yeah, that's it in the news. Moving on, segment 2. This week, well, it's been 8 more weeks, so it's time for listener Q&A, the last one of this year. Yeah, all right, so we have 4 questions that got sent in. First one sent by Kyle. So Kyle asks the question, what was your most favorite and least favorite talk at a WordCamp? Ooh, good question, Kyle, thanks. So most favorite, 2 come to mind, actually. The first one was Say Reed. It was either WordCamp Orange County or LA. I think Orange County 2013 or 14. I don't know the topic. Okay, that's kind of weird to say that my favorite talk was one I don't remember the topic, the subject matter, but it's because of her style and friendliness in her approach and sharing. So I remember that vividly because it made me really want to join in the community and give back eventually. And a couple years later, I finally did at WordCamp LA. So that was one of my most favorite. The other one that comes to mind was a Gravity. Someone did a talk about Gravity forms because I remember trying to do some forms and submissions, and I heard about Gravity forms. I'm like, oh, brilliant. And I didn't really know much about premium plugins at the time. So that was mind-blowing, and I renew every year. So yeah, so that was pretty cool. My least favorite, WordCamp Las Vegas. Again, I don't recall the year. I'd have to go back and double check. 2014 or 15 maybe, probably, or 16. I don't know. I don't know who the speaker was. It doesn't really matter. I don't want to call that person out necessarily by name. I don't actually know who they are, but they didn't know their audience in a sense. They indicated that they never touched WordPress. They had all their blank. So in that blank, fill in any nationality you want. Like they outsource everything, and they were talking to a room full of content creators. It was just the wrong talk for the wrong audience, and just the way that they were kind of negative and like they just took an approach of mightier than thou. So that was one of my least favorite talks of all time. So there you go. Yeah. I hope that answers your question, Kyle. It does. I mean, those are my answers. There you go. Okay, moving on. Not segment 2. Question number 2. This one's by Steven. What do you recommend for gathering all the different logins to a website and for hosting, etc.? So great question, Steven. And actually, I have 2 methods here, 2 different ways I go about this. I personally use 1Password for all my passwords for my logins and for my client stuff as well. But I will also say what we do for clients when we're done with the project. We gather up all the information that we need, and we put it in one document, and that document's called the WOM, the WordPress Owner's Manual, that was created by Kyle Van Dusen, different Kyle than the one that asked the first question. And he sells it. It's a fantastic purchase. No connection there necessarily. I mean, I'm not an affiliate. Maybe I should be. Anyway, the WOM is great. Check it out. That's what we do. We give to the client at the end of every project a WOM. That way they have access to everything they need in one location, one document. So it's pretty cool. All right. Question 3. This one is sent in by Anonymous. Yeah, there's no name on this one. I don't know who sent this in. So what are hooks and filters? Ooh, classic, old question, old school. So definition, the basic definition are that hooks and filters are mechanisms in WordPress that allow you to modify and extend functionality. Okay, so that's great. But what's it really mean? Well, To be more specific, hooks are points in the WordPress code where developers can attach their custom functions or the code that goes with it. So there are action hooks and there are filter hooks, okay? And then filters allow you to modify the data before it's sent to the database or displayed on the screen, so they can provide a way to customize content dynamically. So it's definitely a developer-esque or developer-centric type of thing. But if you think of a filter, if you use like Facet WP, that filters out data showing you on the front end. So not I don't know who the question was. I'm not sure what the use case here is, but that's kind of the basic gist of it. So, all right. And the final question is, this one sent in by Madison. I'm starting off with an online store and want to use email marketing to ideally get traction and sales. Do you have any suggestions? Oh, and your top 3 ways to do so. Okay, good question. I like this. So yeah, I have 3 that kind of came to mind right away. First and foremost, offer incentives. You want to encourage website visitors to subscribe to your email list by offering a discount, a freebie, or exclusive access to content. Second thing is, obviously, I always say this to all my clients, a clear call to action, a CTA. You clearly want to articulate what it is you want them to do with your emails. Make a purchase, download content, visit the website. On the website itself, you want a CTA, but also in the email, ask them something to do. Give them an assignment, if you will. And number 3, you want to definitely, if you can, and all email providers these days, implement an automated email campaign, like a welcome series. So once you sign up for something, introduce your brand, highlight key products or services, follow up with questions, a tidbit, a lead magnet, that kind of thing. So you can implement that automated email campaign. And I want to add a bonus real quick, just came to mind. I would recommend A/B split testing things. You can experiment with different subject lines, email copy, like the messaging, graphics, even a color, but only change one thing at a time, because otherwise you're not sure what's working. So start maybe with a different subject line, but that's the bonus one for you. So there's 4. So there you go. Again, some great questions sent in. Fantastic. I love doing these. I really do. And I might have to do more of these. I don't know, maybe every 8 weeks is fine. All right, moving on. I'm just talking to myself now. So moving on, segment 3, tip and tool of the week. Oh, this is a good one. Because of the gift giving time, I just want to share something. Some people asked me about the conspiracy calendar that I had last year. No physical calendars this year, but there is the ICS file, which I updated with about 24, 25 more dates on it. There'll be a link in the show notes, or you can go to theconspiracycalendar.com, download, pay for the ICS file. You can import that into your own calendar application of choice. It's like $8. There's actually a code. If you use Flat Earth, you actually save 20%. So if you like conspiracies, or you know somebody who does, it's a great digital download, easy gift giving, digital stocking stuffer. So check it out, theconspiracycalendar.com. All right, that's it. If you have any questions, go ahead, send it in via email, adam@kitchensinkwp.com, or use that speak pipe function on the website. You can support the show, become a Patreon. I would love that. There's also a link on the website there. And if you want to sponsor the show, yet another forum with Gravity Forums. So thanks for listening. See you next week. Now go out and do some awesome things with WordPress. All right. Bye-bye.